If you have been struggling to get sales from your design work or understanding what you really need to do to make money, I have the workshop for you. On September 23rd, I'm hosting my first ever Profitable Designer Workshop. This 1-day, 3-hour workshop is only $97, but I have a discount for all my podcast listeners. Go to carinagardnercourses.com/profit and put in the code podcast for $50 off. I can't wait to see you more profitable. Welcome to the Make and Design Podcast. I'm your host, Carina Gardner. On this podcast, we're unraveling the everyday joys and dilemmas of design, making, and business. For makers who want to be designers and for designers who are makers, this is your inside scoop to help you grow your business and bring more creativity to your life. Today, I want to talk about something that I actually was talking about earlier today with one of my friends. And I'm not going to relate anything to do with that, but I really wanted to talk about something that struck me that I've been thinking about all year long, especially as I started my design programs. I realized when I design, I am usually designing with one person in mind. And so because of that, I thought I would talk to you as many of you are starting your design careers, many of you are starting creative careers. I want you to think about how you are moving forward and how you are serving the one. And what is so powerful about this is that think about a movie, okay? When you watch a movie and there are crowds and crowds of people, there's all sorts of studies and theories on this, but we have trouble feeling sympathy for a large crowd of people. You would think we would feel more, but we don't. Instead, what movie makers will do is they will focus on an individual or a family in the crowds, whether it's an apocalypse or impending doom or whatever, and they'll focus on the individual inside that movie. Interesting, right? Because it is easier for us to connect with one person than it is to connect with lots of people. So I want you to think about how you as a designer or a maker or creative can connect with the one. Because that's a lot easier than thinking about trying to produce for the masses. Now, I'm not saying we're not producing for the masses. If you've been in a design boot camp, you know I am talking about repurposing, figuring out how to make it so that you're getting tons of sales, right? We want lots of sales because that produces money. But when you actually go and you sit down to open Illustrator, or you sit down in front of paper and pen, or you sit down in front of a watercolor set, who are you really designing for? If you think it's for this mass group of people, it becomes very difficult to be an artist or a designer. But when you start thinking about the one, then what happens? You can focus in. You can focus in and you can figure out who you really should be designing for. And very often, for me anyway, it's someone close to me, like one of my children or my husband or even myself. And we talk about that a little bit in Design Bootcamp about how we're our own avatar. So I want you to consider that. I want you to think about that. How do we connect and serve with whoever the one is? I was just thinking about, an ink club. This month we have done gouache, and I really, really love watercolor. But sometimes I will sit down and I start painting something, and I am thinking about one of my teenage daughters. I'm thinking about whether she would like it, whether she would put it in her room, if it's something in the colorways that she likes. Suddenly it becomes really easy to ask some questions to yourself and let it guide the design process. Or for you, if you're working on something else, the creative process, because it's pretty much the same thing. The moment we start thinking about who this person is, and I don't love it to be arbitrary. I'm not very good at that, you guys. Like if it's just some random person I've given a name to and I've given them all these like questions, I just don't do that well, okay? But when I can hyper focus on one of my kids, one of my children who I love, when I can hyper focus on myself and what I need, when I can hyper focus on one of my good friends and what I think she would enjoy, the design becomes clear, the process and the path become clear, and I know better what to do. And I really want that for you, because what that does is it cuts down on things like, getting stuck. It cuts down on issues and bumps that you have during the creative process. Because when you hyper-focus on the one person, the path is simply clear. And I hope that you can use this as a strategy for yourself as you are designing and helping yourself find that creative path. I am so happy that you came today. I hope that this was helpful to you. If you are not part of Ink Club, that is my crafting community. You should come check it out. CarinaGardnerCourses.com/Ink Club. It's a monthly membership. We craft, we play with new things. We have new downloads every month. We have mini classes. And you should also check out our Instagram feed. It's just at Ink Club Creative. And we are starting this new thing called Ink Club Style. So you're going to start seeing our membership in the month of, I don't know if we've already started showing it in December, but for sure in January you can see our membership coming out and showing how they are inspired to create by our Ink Club style. So I'm really excited about that. If you are someone who is looking at design, oh my gosh, come and join us either for a replay, which I've started just recently doing, of our design boot camp, or come check us out for our January launch. It would be an amazing way to start off 2022 right, with the idea that you're going to create a creative career for yourself. And I would love to see you there. You can find that all at CarinaGardnerCourses.com/Design Bootcamp, and I can't wait to see you there. Hey, did you know that you can visit me at makeanddesign.com to learn more about this podcast and join my VIP group for weekly freebies? I can't wait to see you there.